Want to talk a little bit of Pistons. This Friday they start their summer league. So last year I was I don't know, tricked. I don't know if that's the right word. I was duped a little bit because last year you saw Bobby Clintman for the Pistons really went off. Like he had a really solid summer league. I thought he was going to make the roster. I thought he was going to be a decent piece. Now obviously this was before the team ended up going out and making the playoffs and all that. But you know, I guess my thing is, who is this summer league the biggest opportunity? Who is it? Who's the biggest opportunity to really improve and really show himself off this summer? I think it could be Bobby Clintman again. Again, he didn't make the team last year. I believe he was hurt for a good amount of that time. But maybe further development, some more actual game time. Obviously it's summer league, so take it for what it's worth. But actual, real, game time might be helpful for him. Chaz Lanier, especially given the loss of Malik Beasley. If he can just absolutely tear it up and be like, summer league MVP or whatever the equivalent would be, okay, maybe we found our guy late in the draft, as a sharpshooter. Ron Holland is another guy. I'd like to see more development for him. I'd like to see him if we could see him having a bit of a jump shot, that would be huge because he had no jump shot. He was not a very good shooter, but if he can develop that jump shot, he was already really, athletic and talented on defense. I'd like to see some more of a jump shot, but I think those three guys, Clintman, Lanier, and Ron Holland, those are the three guys that I'm certainly going to be watching on Friday night. I'm sure other people are going to be watching it then as well. Like if you're a Pistons fan, if any number of those guys, probably most especially immediately Ron Holland, because obviously he already has the NBA experience, was on the playoff team, played significant time there in that run. I know that it's summer league. Okay, I know that it's not like it's equivalent to spring training or to preseason football. And just because a guy performs there doesn't necessarily mean he's going to perform later in the regular season when it matters. But it does give you something of an identifier of like, okay, this is the kind of culture we're building. This is the kind of player that is out there trying to get a roster spot, trying to develop a jump shot. I remember Isaiah Stewart. No, he's since moved away from this. I remember Isaiah Stewart in one of the summer leagues a couple of years ago. He was shooting threes because he wanted to try to develop a three ball. Now, obviously, that turned out to be a terrible idea. But, the point being, this is the time where you kind of see players experiment a little bit. Similar to spring training. You see players trying to experiment. All right, what am I going to do? Maybe I develop more of a jump shot. Maybe I focus on defense or rebounding, whatever the case might be. I guess I think there's a lot of interest in some of these younger guys. And if you are, something of a nerd into this kind of stuff, like, look, I'm one of these idiots. I will watch preseason. I will watch spring training. I will watch summer league. I don't know. I think it's interesting. And there was another guy out of Tennessee as well that we got. Toulouse Smith and Bryce Williams. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But you're saying Williams averaged almost 20 points a game at Nebraska, so you hope he can turn into something? Hey, again, it's like this happens a lot, but it doesn't happen a lot to us. So it's like, I understand people's, cynicism, but given the, success that Langdon had, and obviously, look, they're trying to get better in the margins. They're not focused on getting a superstar. All right. If you're not focused on getting a superstar, let's see the youth. Let's see the development. Let's see these players that you find develop into the kind of players that you need them to be. Whether that's, being a role player and being able to, play solid defense, crunch time is in, and you need a guy to block a shot or you need a guy to steal a ball, you develop that kind of a player, or you know, things, or you just you draft nobody and the team isn't very good. But more likely that, you know, given the reputation that Langdon has now in our minds as a savvy GM, as a guy who can identify good talent, and with a coaching staff that frankly I just trust, I, I have no reason to believe that we could see. I have no reason to believe that this summer league is basically meaningless. I don't think it's meaningless. I don't think it means everything. I think it's a little bit in between. A little bit, you know, there's something. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see Bobby Klintman. I'm looking to see Ron Holland. I'm looking to see Chaz Lanier. I think it could be a fun summer league, ultimately. We'll see what ends up happening. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, Marcus Sasser and even Jaden Ivey, both those guys, haven't had good summer leagues. And Asar Thompson as well. Now, obviously, he's not on the summer league roster this year, but either way, good stuff. Looking forward to it, and especially because Tiger Baseball that Friday is on Apple TV, so I will not be watching. So, oh yeah, TJ Bickerstaff, by the way, made the team. That is the nephew of JB. I don't know what it is with this family and initials for first names, but it is what it is. Hey, YouTube, if you like clips like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We've got live shows every Tuesday night. Hope to see you there.